It's Young, the one who do it. Numbers don't lie. That's the movement. Now let's get to it. Man, we got Oschino once again. Oschino's out here interviewing Dame Dash. So you know this is gonna be a hilarious situation. You know, the two of them getting together. I gotta see what's gonna happen, what they're gonna talk about. I know the chemistry's crazy. But before we get into that, what we gonna get into is the intro song. I go by the name of Youngness. This is Numbers Don't Lie Network for those that are new. Make sure you hit the hype button. Make sure you hit them like buttons. Make sure you subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Do all of those good things. Comment. We active right now too. So, holla at me at the, you know what I mean? If y'all got something to say, I'ma see it. I'm starting to understand this content creation. Shout out to everybody that was watching all the 38 special coverage we was doing. Jada Kiss, Upstate versus New York City. We still gonna get it moving. We gonna have another show with DJ Bandana from Buffalo. So y'all stay tuned, man. But let's get to it. This is called Different Vibe. Youngness. Let's get it. Always show love, but got back at them vibe. Cause I'm laid back. She confused my ways with pride. Used to talk crazy, now she don't reply. 6 months later, I turned to a different guy. I'm energized, women lie, on God, numbers don't. Started talking about moves, that's right when she got close. Reminiscing in my feelings, about to pick it up the Malibu. Cruising on the PCH, how could I have an attitude? Number 4, local nights, I had a deep attitude. Now it's top down, right around with a Mac views. Came a long way, hand in hand on them avenues. Everyone we rap out, all the shit that we actually do. I got jumped, little slump, never knocked down once. Got hit with a 2x4, wore a hoodie for a month. Ain't bragging, I'm just stealing. Probation, having check. Yeah. Make sure y'all check that out, man. That's Different Vibe. That's on all platforms right now. We streaming. You know what I'm saying? Look for that youngness. But once again, we about to get right to it. And let's see what Oschino got to say. Matter of fact, let's see what questions he got to ask, man. I see that Oschino's trying to expand his platform. You know what I mean? He might as well use all his industry connections that he got left. So, it's another episode of Cook Your Toast. See, I know a lot of people out there, this is shocking them. If you've never been around Dame, you probably didn't know he had no musical talent. Now, he can't rap or nothing like that. He definitely can't rap. But I seen him playing the drums in real life in Burbank. He had his I think he still got that joint out there too. He got the joint out there in Burbank, I believe. That's where he has all the content creators, all the artists, everybody come together. I think he elevating it to another level now. I remember when I first came to LA and I seen Dame out there. Actually, my first podcast, we was shooting that shit out there. He looked like he having a good time to me. I know a lot of y'all say he's mad and everything. He's always angry. Look like he enjoying himself, to be honest. I really just think that should be a character when he gets on the camera. But that's me though.
Have you ever
I apologize. Apologize, y'all. Stay locked in with me, man. I feel like my service, my internet is like it's a little glitchy right now. It's moving a little slower than usual. They don't want to hear us talk the truth, man. They don't want to see us get to it. So y'all just be patient, man. I'm being patient myself. Let's get to it.
Okay.
It's like normal, right? Like, David just
Get a drummer. Get a
Right.
drummer.
I gotta get good.
So let me ask you a question real fast, OJ. Since I knew you since I was like 20 years old, 21 years old, right?
Yeah.
I just stayed at a couple of your cribs and all that shit, right? So even the crib I went to last time before I came out this time, right? All the cribs was nice. Why do you think the thing is they want to make it like you just living in the cardboard box and you're struggling so bad? What's the whole end game for them to say that about try to make you have that look?
Because they always try to make heaven look like hell, so everybody wants to go to hell. Let me ask you a question. Do you know of anybody that went in the music business, acting, or any entertainment that when they were old said it wasn't torture? Have there been any good stories about any artists, entertainers?
Not too many.
So why does everybody still want to go and be entertainers? Even though they know it's hell, something about the insecurity of fame and fortune makes people still go to hell, regardless to even if they know that everybody that goes there burns. And the reason why is because they make heaven, which, look, has my life changed? This is what broke look like. This is the LA spot. But they'll still say, I got a hit TV show, but they want to talk about a letter that was sent to a judge that says I should sell my life rights, even though life rights don't cost. It's free. I'm a public figure. It would be stupid for somebody to ever buy life rights when everything is public domain. Aaliyah, there was a whole movie made about Aaliyah on Hallmark, whatever the fuck channel that was. You think someone paid for that? They didn't pay.
I ain't gonna hold you though. Nobody I ever ran across in LA looked at Dame as broke. I mean, he was chilling with all the millionaires. He got his own production spots. He just don't be like in the main industry. Like they just don't like him. That's what I've seen. Like people that's in that main industry, they don't mess with Dame because he talks crazy. He says whatever he wants to say. And I don't think he's wrong. I don't think he's wrong about a lot of shit he says. He does say some things that be off, a little off brand, but I think when you don't care about things, you kind of walk around and you comfortable. You're going to say whatever you want to. You're not worried about what the next person feels like. And I think a lot of people got caught up with feelings, and feelings from people that don't do the things that you do really don't really matter. You know what I'm saying? When people that don't do what you do talk about it, does it really matter? Nah. At the end of the day, it should just be entertaining at this point. You know, when people jump in the comments and all of that, that's entertainment to me. You know what I mean? Because if I'm a professional at what I do, I'm not gonna let nobody else that's not a professional bother me with their thoughts or their opinions. I'm gonna just sit there and laugh at it. Like I'm always laughing at the comment section. It's funny.
Me? They
definitely somebody that playing you too.
They was playing me because that nigga did not act like me.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it's just stupid. It's an advertisement for stupidity. And then that's what they want people to focus on because I'm doing well. Why they don't celebrate that my daughter has a hit TV show and I have one? But what they did try to celebrate is that I had to get a loan for my daughter, but I always said I work for my family.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't be proud that my daughter it loans her father money.
Yeah.
I already said I don't have no money. And
oh man, see, Dame, that's where you be messing it up, man. You're not supposed to say all of that, bro. That's why I think there's like that little like he knows what he's saying. He's purposely saying certain things, especially with his legal situations that be going on. Like he be about to say something crazy, and he be like, he got to remember they say, "Oh yeah, I'm broke. You know what I'm saying? Because he did that one time. I remember he went on the record and said something about some extra bread he had or how he was doing this and doing that, and then he had to come back and say, "I'm broke," because I think he had like a legal situation that came from that.
also for 20 years, why is it a new headline that I'm broke? How could that be a good big headline every single day for 20 years?
Yes.
So yeah, like the question you're asking is yes, they want you to think that hell is heaven and that heaven is hell. They want you to think this is doing bad and that what they're doing, sitting in that box, being told what to do. And by the way, Charlamagne's company has so much more debt, allegedly, than me. So what is it, iHeart? Go see how much debt iHeart. Your boss has 100 times more debt. I don't owe anybody any money. The government, that's taxes and lawsuits, period. And Charlamagne also said I would.
I ain't gonna lie though, most people I spoke to that's rich, they always say that debt is a good thing and you have to be able to learn how to leverage debt. Like there's good debt and there's bad debt. And people that are rich have different type of debt. So I think, I don't know, I know Dame has his own way of doing everything and he only wants to go in there with cash. But yeah, I feel like when he was on a panel one time with some women and they was trying to teach him some things about credit and he just didn't want to even talk about that. He didn't want to even get, and I get it. Some of that stuff comes from paranoia, being hustling in the street, you know, doing stuff with the wrong type of people. And then you feel like when you move up to another place, which is, you know, the industry, these is the wrong type of people, but they even like multiplied. They different because they don't move by no code like the people in the street. So I understand somebody coming from the street that don't want to trust nobody in these type of corporate spaces and shit like that. Especially when, you know, they rob you. You know what I mean? You still got to play the same game. Like a lot of people think once you get to a certain level, you don't got to play no game no more. But that's because they never really been behind doing none of these things, trying to get your own company running out there, trying to network with everybody, talking to people that's in a different space than you ever been in, you know, different races and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? If you really did that, if you really put your boots to the ground and been outside and tried a lot of shit like I have, you know what I'm saying? Investing in yourself, it's a rough game, man. And it's not for everybody. It's definitely not for everybody. So when you speaking to everybody and they can't understand what you're saying because they will never be in those shoes. They'll never go through these things. You get what I'm saying? And then there's the people that went through these things, but they have a different way and a different opinion. So, you know, I like Dame. I like Dame. I've been around Dame a couple times. And I think some of the things he says for me is positive. Might not translate for somebody else. I'm from New York, so I get it. I understand it. Some things he says I disagree with, you know what I'm saying, especially these days. But back in the day, nah, he definitely was talking some good shit that motivated me in certain ways.
Well, they said allegedly, I'm getting investigated because of what was said on the Breakfast Club, and they're proud of it. So just logically, what does that look like?
I'm just saying, I just feel like if somebody else would have did accomplished much as you did, see, I don't know if the race got to do with it or whatever, but like the people you made rich and people you put on, I mean, I seen my own eyes. They never really talk about that. They skip over it. Like even with Kevin Hart, anybody just.
Do you think the devil's going to talk about God? Ever? You think evil's ever going to celebrate good? If evil.
See this right here, when he says stuff like that, that's when people be like, yo, he sound a little full of himself, man. He said, you think the devil's ever going to talk about God? Now they going to take that and they going to think that you saying that you God, bro. That's what they gonna think. They gonna think you saying the other side is the devil and you God. I heard him say some references with Jesus before. Yeah, you gotta be careful with that kind of stuff, man. Now I do believe there's evil and there's bad, but it's certain ways to say certain things so people their antenna don't go up. Cause that's another thing. The false idol thing is crazy out here. Everybody thinks that they somebody that they not. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people with power get into position and they want to feel like they God. They want you to look at them as you calling them God. You know what I'm saying? Bow down to them and all of that. Worship them. Praise them. But there's only one. There's only one. Only one I'm Almighty. And y'all know. I mean, everybody might have a different thing that they call that, but me, I mean, I'm on it's where we at with it.
It's celebrating you too much, that means you work for evil. Evil doesn't celebrate me at all because I don't work for evil at all. They do. Those guys allegedly again.
So how do you feel like some type of way if you make somebody that's like rich and you don't even not necessarily want nothing from them, but just the props to not talk bad about me. You mean?
At this point, I know that once the devil got you, you a slave and you got to do what you told. You don't have a choice. I just start.
Oschino, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's gonna be hard for Oschino to interview somebody. I don't even be knowing what Oschino be saying sometimes. Might have to slow that shit down because you know he got the stutter and all that. But yeah, sometimes it come out clear. But like, yeah, I don't think I could listen to Oschino interviewing crazy like that. I can understand what he's saying a little bit though. But it's just funny to see these two together. I would rather see Dame Dash interview Oschino. I think that'd be more interesting.
Feeling sorry for people that could have been in heaven in front of God, and now they have to be a slave in hell to the devil. I don't care what it looks like. It is what it is. You could try to make my heaven look like hell, but it don't feel like hell to me. Does it look like, have you ever been in hell when you fuck with me, or does it always feel like hell?
No
matter what they say, my house is bigger than whoever's saying it. You notice that?
Yeah, for sure.
I ain't heard nobody say I ain't got no money that got a bigger house than any of my family office houses. Not one.
Yeah,
why is it that I can't even be broke? Is it illegal for me to be broke? Why is it so shocking that that's what it is. It's the shock that I'm broke. But what you don't understand is every corporation has debt. I'm the corporation. You feel me? With no debt. I just got lawsuits from an alleged clown, from an alleged bad breath, bad dressed, stupid ass bump on his neck. Don't have a neck, actually. Smells alleged Chris Brown. They keep lawsuits. I filed and I said it clearly because they keep suing me and they keep trying to sue my family office. And allegedly it looks like Charlamagne has helped try to make me say things to jam me up. You know?
Yo, Dame gotta know better though, man. You gotta know, because he called it. He said that he felt like Charlamagne was working with Jay-Z because he felt like every time they spoke, he said, I don't hear that. I'm reading the comments right now. My man said, I don't hear that. I hear that I'm on the side of God and they're on the side of the devil. Facts. I'm saying I understand that, and I think some people understand that. But I think a lot of times I would want to actually interview Dame myself, because then I think it wouldn't be as so many misconceptions when he actually speaks to people. I think he says the right things, but he doesn't say it for like a broad audience. He says it for a small audience. You know what I mean? And he definitely gets the feedback. He definitely gets the numbers to where he needs to be saying things in a way that they could be digested by everybody. You know what I mean? So, and I think it's so many people that's just around him that's just like, they just allow him to do whatever he wants, say whatever he wants, and they don't, they not combating that. I think that was what was cool about it when he was with RocAFella. It's a lot of steel sharpening shit. My bad, y'all. I'm dead ass tired over here. It's 1:35 in the morning, but steel sharpens steel. So you need people around you to keep you sharp. You know what I'm saying? You need people on the same page that you on that might not agree with some things that you're doing, and they're gonna let you know. You know what I mean? They're gonna let you know. They're gonna speak to you and keep you clear, keep you level-headed. And I think his team got smaller over the years, a lot smaller. A lot of people disappeared. They went to the other side. You know what I mean? It might have looked like he's not doing as good as some other people look like they doing. And I think that's what Dame is trying to say. They make it look good. They dress it up. But it's not what it looked like. It's never what it looks like.
I called Farrakhan and I was like, bro, I need to have a conversation. I need to understand this before I start getting at this dude legally.
Yeah, well, I found out, yes, they showed that he was RocNation. So
he already said he would RocNation. How was that legal?
Yeah, definitely.
But either way, he's, again, these people, you notice he can't dress. You notice he doesn't love women. He got a rape on his jacket that he allegedly settled. I don't settle. You ain't never heard of me settling. I go to court. And most of my lawsuits are defamation. But, somebody says they directed a movie I directed, to the extent that the DP who was behind the camera was here the other day, like, that nigga didn't direct nothing. allegedly. But I get sued because I said I did, and y'all going for that?
So they sued you because you said you directed a movie. They saying that you didn't.
The nigga got on the stand and said that I was late to my own house, that I was there as a vanity, but that he didn't win that case. What do you mean
by there is a vanity? What did that what he say?
Meaning like you just put your name on it, but you don't do anything.
Oh, okay.
But yet, you know, I have every single second of me filming this movie on tape. Every second. You know,
Okay, shout out to my man. Let's see what he just said. He said, I don't hear Dame saying he's God. He talks about being on the side of good, standing with the minister, etc. That's a fact. Dame is definitely a good dude. I just think the way that people listen and they hear things the wrong way, because they train to hear things the wrong way. That's just how everything goes with this whole media thing. I think the world is just, the world is in a dark place. It's in a very dark place, man. It's always been in a dark place because, the principalities that run everything in every land, as y'all see what we got going on, we got the whole war going on. It's all these things going on throughout different states and just different countries and all that, man. It's always the evil is always going to look more pleasurable. You can even see it with all these women and this feminist movement. And, man, it's a lot. We're going to get into that. We're going to dive deep into that. But I appreciate you, brother. Salute for the super chat. I'm still learning how to do all of this. So I apologize. I can't see the full name. I'm trying to figure it out right now, actually, as we speak. Mind you, I've been a content creator probably for about maybe like 7 months, if I had to say full time, So to anybody out there that's trying to do something, they trying to start something new, just keep going. Put yourself in position to win by just putting as much time as you can in without sacrificing other things you got going on in life. You know what I'm saying? And, get around people that's doing the same thing as you and staying positive. And I'm happy to see Oschino and Dame together, man. We need some real positive people on the same page, man. Because there's so much negativity that people are actually like looking up to. So many false idols that people are looking up to. You know what I mean? Some of your favorite rappers from growing up, I'm sure, they be doing all types of evil, man. And whenever anyone speaks about it, it's like it's all conspiracy. That's what they're gonna call it, a conspiracy theory, when it's real.
Tape everything.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Fuck is that about?
Like they don't say nothing about we make our own books. These are like real books for kids. You know what happens when we sell books to schools? The school says, because I know the people after I met them when they bought the books, that it's favoritism, and they try to make it look bad, even though there's metrics, even though we give them more for the money. So we give them a show. I go for free with no fee, and we give.
I apologize, y'all. My internet is tripping out right now.
For the price of like a book. But they're going to say it's favoritism. And it's as a metrics that shows that it makes the kids retain. But, they don't talk.
From food grade.
I see that. That's crazy. When I speak about negativity, like when I'm talking about like two black people, two black rappers going at it, you know what I'm saying? When we getting on shit like that, nothing happens. The internet is smooth and clear. But when we start talking about positive shit like this, for some reason, everything goes black. The video just disappeared. Like, that's crazy, man. It's crazy. About to check out. Let's check out Hassan Campbell real quick. I seen he was talking about some things going on with the army, with that war going on outside. I really haven't been tapped into the war. I've been trying to focus on positive things, man. Focus on positive things, be around positive people, get around my family, my friends. Um, Shout out to my brother, man. The other day, unfortunately, he lost his grandson after losing his son maybe like 2 years ago. So, but the beautiful thing about God, his other child had twins at the same time. God is real, man. God is real. We don't really understand fully the ways of God or why things happen, but we just got to keep that faith, man. We got to believe. We got to believe, and we got to help other people to believe too. Speak our testimony, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people have been through some things that they're ashamed of, but yeah, it's crazy out here. It's crazy out here. I disagree with this title, though. He said prophecies is being fulfilled 2027. It's only going to get worse. I think it's all about your perception.
You already know the rules. When you come in my house, take off your shoes and super violate that like button.
If you got God in your life, man, you're always good. You're always good. That's the great thing about it.
It don't cost you nothing to hit that like button. Shall we begin? Shall we begin? It felt like a scene from the Malcolm X movie. You know, when the hitmen, the assassins was moving up, they was creeping up to turn Malcolm X TV off. And somebody in the back of the room screamed out, "Get your hand out of my pocket." Made a scene and everybody looked in the opposite direction. Then they aired Malcolm X out. One of the greatest leaders we ever had. May he rest in peace. I said there's a...
Yo, hold on. We got to pause this, man. Yo, Hassan, come on home, man. Come on home. I see his head top pause. It's out the way, bro. It's gone. Let that shit go, man. Let that shit go. I've been there, brother, as you can see. Anybody that's been there, you know what I'm saying, and had that last moment when they tried to hold on to their hair, it's a tough place to be, but you got to just accept it. You got to accept it. You got to let it go. You're going to feel better when you get to the other side, I promise you. But now let's get back to this. And shout out to my wife. She the one that helped me get to that. She was like, yo, you look good. You look good. Just let it go. She's like, you don't gotta, you know what I'm saying? You don't gotta hang on to that shit. I was putting product in my hair. You know what I mean? I'm going to the barber. They filling it in with the little black joint. I don't even know what that shit is called anymore. I used to know what that shit was called. Yeah, nah, those were the worst days. Especially you play a little basketball or something, you get a little sweat on you. It's over. It's finished for that shit. Just let it go, man. Let it go. Let it go. Live with what God gave you.
War going on outside, no man is safe from. It just seems like when you sit back and you analyze what's going on in this world, on one side, you got like, I just can't believe the mindset of the people with the celebrity gossip. And it's like, yo, in America, you got American soldiers jumping off of Navy ships because they can't take it anymore.
So according to the Military Times, sailors aboard the USS Abraham Lincoln are trying to throw themselves overboard because of their constant state at sea. And I think this highlights a couple of issues that I'd like to address. If you've never been deployed to a combat zone, then all you know is the portrayal that is fed to you through movies, TV shows, video games, and other media. This article highlights some of the darker aspects that's not always presented. See, when you're forward deployed into a combat environment, a lot of your life has to change. For instance, when I was deployed to the Oruzgan province of Afghanistan in 2004, we didn't have communication with our families back home outside of the very rare time that you could use a satellite phone, and usually only for emergencies and the occasional mail drop that was inconsistent at at best. We ate the same food for weeks, which usually consisted of the same selection of MREs over and over. Water was not cold because we had no refrigeration where we were, so we would put the water bottles in socks, pour water over the sock, and then hang it out the window as we drove our unarmored 1980s Humvees around the Afghanistan mountains. There were no showers for weeks at a time, and laundry also didn't happen. We would wear socks and underwear until we absolutely had to change, and then we would burn them. Now, the upside for us was that even with all of that, we were still outside and able to see and experience the land. But you put those same conditions on sailors and Marines that are stuck in an aircraft carrier or one of the smaller ships that makes up the aircraft carrier group, and you keep them in a heightened sense of vigilance due to constant combat operations, then you really start to test the ability to strain the human mind and push yourself to perform. Then,
All of this being said, I think we need to really, really, really realize we live in a privileged state. Like, America is a privileged place. Like, we live in a very good place in comparison to other countries and other conditions that people live in. You know what I mean? And other rules that are going on, laws, you know what I mean, that people have to abide by. I think sometimes we forget because we always like to look at shit that we don't have. I think this is a very good time to have a lesson of gratitude. That's something I have to learn every single day because I'll be forgetting, like, oh, I look up and all of the shit I'm complaining about, I realize I have all of the things I've ever asked for. But I no longer even pay attention to the things that I asked for because, like, now I want something different. I want something else. I want to work up to the next level. I want to accomplish more shit. You know, it's like a human nature. It's like nothing is ever enough. None of us are real grateful. Like, we don't be grateful for the things that we have, for the things that we asked for, that we prayed for. When they get to us, we don't even realize we got them because we already got our eyes focused and set on something different. Yo, it's people struggling out here, man. You know what I mean? And the complaining, I think that's what it is like, as a human, it's hard. Me included. Like, sometimes I complain. I talk about the things that I don't want. I talk about the things that I don't have. I talk about the things that I don't love. You know what I mean? Instead of focusing on what is true and what's good and what's real. You know what I mean? Sometimes we think about the past. Sometimes we stuck on the future. We not living in present. We not happy with what's right in front of us. You know what I'm saying? But that's just how I feel. I feel like if all of us as humans learn how to really believe and be grateful for everything right in front of us, the energy in the world is going to be a better place, man. I'm not going to say that's going to fix everything. I mean, but yeah, we should start there. That's somewhere I feel like we should start. You know what I'm saying? As a people, especially my people, especially black people, man, we got to learn how to be grateful, man. I feel like a lot of us is dealing with a lot of trauma, a lot of pain, you know what I mean, from the past. You know, it's a crazy world that we living in right now. It's crazy times that we living in, but it's always been crazy. That's what I be trying to tell people too. I had a conversation with one of my homies yesterday, and he was talking about the rise of AI and how they gonna take over everything, and you know it's gonna be all messed up like this and that. Just things that he's coming up on in his brain, you know, stuff he probably seen on YouTube, stuff that everybody's pushing, thoughts that have nothing to do with right now. It's not happening right now. And I asked him,